NASA's Artemis program is once again making headlines with the successful re-entry and splashdown of its latest spacecraft. This exciting milestone has us thinking about the future of our journey to the moon. With the data gathered from this mission, we are eager to see what this means for the future of space exploration. The Artemis program is paving the way, leading us to exciting new possibilities. So hold on tight as we uncover the next chapter in the Artemis story and our quest for the moon. For centuries, humans have gazed up at the night sky in wonder, trying to understand the celestial bodies that dot the darkness. But what is it about space that has us captivated for so long? It is our inherent desire to travel and explore new territories that has driven us towards space. Space represents a dream, a place where we can escape the constraints of our planet and venture into the unknown. Humans have always sought to push the boundaries of what is possible throughout history, and space is no exception. For thousands of years, the desire to explore and discover has been a fundamental part of human nature. Our forefathers were fascinated by the stars and even used them to navigate the seas and land. They created intricate star maps and astrological systems to better understand the movements of the planets and the stars. These early astronomers paved the way for future generations to continue their quest for knowledge. The concept of space and the cosmos captivated the ancient Greeks. They thought that the universe was made up of spheres, with the Earth at the center and the stars and planets orbiting it. The idea of a geocentric universe was later challenged by Galileo and Copernicus, who proposed that a heliocentric universe with the sun at its center. But space has not just been a matter of science and technology. It has also been intertwined with mythology and religion throughout human history. Many cultures believed that the stars and planets were controlled by gods or spirits and held the keys to unlocking the universe's mysteries. From the gods of ancient Greece and Rome to the heavens, space has always been seen as a place of wonder and mystery. The 20th century marked a major turning point in human fascination with space. Our understanding of the universe expanded as technology advanced, resulting in new discoveries and new frontiers to explore. The launch of the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, in 1957 marked the beginning of the space age, which marked a turning point in human history. The world witnessed the possibilities that technology could bring and how it could help us better understand the universe as a result of this event. Following the launch of Sputnik, the Apollo missions represented the pinnacle of human space exploration in the 20th century. The first humans set foot on the moon in 1969. A feat that was thought to be impossible only decades before. The Apollo missions demonstrated that humanity was capable of reaching beyond our own planet, and that we were not limited to its boundaries. The incredible technological advancements that enabled these missions paved the way for future space exploration and discovery. But the Apollo missions were far more than technological triumphs. They represented a triumph of the human spirit, demonstrating the strength of our determination and the depth of our curiosity. As human beings, we have always been curious, and this urge to seek out the new frontier has been with us for centuries, and before us lies a new frontier: space and Mars. Despite its beauty, it is the most hostile environment imaginable. Space will burn you, freeze you, kill you with radiation, and the change in gravity will crush or waste you away. Not even breathable air can be taken for granted. Yet this frontier is calling to us. Perhaps it reveals something about human nature that drives us to travel to such a desolate location. Perhaps we enjoy the challenge, and there is something in certain souls that speaks to them about going somewhere hostile and deadly and building something warm and safe there. Or maybe it's just plain curiosity. As a result, humanity's sights are set on other planets in the solar system, with humans possibly walking on Mars as early as 2033. But the first step to reach Mars is to reach the moon again. The Artemis mission intends to get humans back on the moon by 2024, developing new technology and exploring technical frontiers currently uncharted. The technical expertise gained from this enterprise will enable scientists to create spaceships capable of carrying human life to the wider solar system. It begins with the moon and with Orion. The recent splashdown of the Artemis spacecraft marks a major milestone in NASA's mission. The The journey of Orion began at Launch Complex 39B at Florida's Kennedy Space Center, which was a critical moment in the mission and an exciting one, considering it had only been nearly 50 years since the last space race. But as with the previous one, America is not the only country attempting to reach the moon's surface. In 2019, the Chinese National Space Administration landed a rover on Moon's far side, and they have recently developed a rocket, the Long March 9, that could potentially carry a human to the moon in the 2030s. NASA is nothing if not competitive, and they want to be the first to return to space. The mission was aimed at testing the capabilities of the Orion spacecraft, the heat shield in particular, in preparation for the subsequent Artemis missions, which seek to re-establish human presence on the moon and demonstrate technologies needed for future scientific studies, including the exploration of Mars. The Orion spacecraft was stacked on October 20th, 2021, and after several delays due to pre-flight testing issues, it was successfully launched on November 16th, 2022. The spacecraft reached Earth's orbit and completed 2 flybys of the moon, before returning and re-entering the Earth's atmosphere with the protection of its heat shield and splashing down in the Pacific Ocean on December 11, 2022. The journey was designed as a complex retrograde orbit, swinging around the moon 3 times, 2 of which were close flybys. This was no ordinary space mission. It was intended to test the various onboard systems required to support human life on such a journey. Although Orion 1 had no human passengers on the trip, it did transport mannequin dummies outfitted with radiation sensors. The dummies were named Commander Munich King Campos, Luna King Campos, and 2 others, one for a different type body and one for a different gender. The idea was to see how space travel affected people. The clothing on the mannequins, as well as the Orion 1 spacecraft, were designed to shield astronauts from the dangers of cosmic radiation. It is widely accepted that the maximum safe amount of radiation that a person can be exposed to in a year is 50 millisieverts. On the moon, radiation levels can reach 380 millisieverts, making it rather difficult for NASA to reduce exposure levels to a manageable level. The Super Heavy Lift Space Launch Vehicle rocket, also known as the Space Launch System or simply SLS rocket, carried the Orion 1 spacecraft on its maiden voyage as part of the Artemis 1 mission, with Artemis 2 scheduled for 2024. We will see the first crewed mission of the program take flight. The mission will test the capabilities of the Orion spacecraft and the SLS rocket as astronauts embark on a journey to the moon. This mission is not just a step forward for the Artemis program, but for human space exploration as a whole. The successful completion of Artemis 2 will pave the way for highly anticipated Artemis 3, the first crewed lunar landing in 5 decades since the Apollo 17 mission. Artemis 3 will be a landmark moment, showcasing the United States' ability to send astronauts to the moon and perform scientific studies. But the mission goes beyond that, serving as a proving ground for the technologies and business approaches necessary for sustainable exploration of the moon and beyond. With the Artemis program, NASA and its partners are committed to advancing human space exploration in a bold and sustainable way. The successful completion of Artemis 1 and the upcoming Artemis 2 and 3 missions will not only contribute to the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but also inspire the next generation of explorers. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and watch these ones as well.